If the translator of the Bible shared the color of so many enslaved, how would that reshape their regard for the text? The revelation shatters two entrenched myths: that Scripture is a white man's construct, and that black lineage held no throne in Europe. If a black king defended a book describing a black Christ, then neither faith nor sovereignty belonged to one complexion. Recognizing this is not an exercise in pride, it is a demolition of chains forged from false history. We present facts free of conjecture. Not one historian of standing has refuted the evidence of James's heritage. Silence from the Academy speaks volumes. When challenged, scholars change the subject, unwilling to ignite inquiry that burns their carefully tended illusions. Our aim is not hero worship, but restoration. When the fog lifts, will we at last engage the Bible on its merits? That test awaits each listener. James foresaw an age when darkness would veil truth, so he moved to preserve sacred writings in the vernacular of his realm. He did not translate a single verse himself. He authorized experts, shielding their work with royal power. What follows is the chronicle of the man and the monumental task he defended. James Charles Stewart opened his eyes on June within the stone ramparts of Edinburgh Castle. He was the son of Mary, Queen of Scots, and Lord Darnley, both of noble blood, both descendants of a lineage largely ignored in modern imagery, black Europeans whose presence stretched back before the Atlantic slave trade. His father was murdered before the boy's second year. His mother was seized and 2 decades later executed. At 13 months, James became King of Scotland. At 12, he was formally anointed, echoing the Hebrew rite that declared a child's passage into manhood. James was not only of African appearance. Sources trace his heritage to the tribe of Judah. Thus he stood as both king and Jew, a living contradiction to narratives that confine Jewish identity or paint monarchy solely in pale tones. Tutors steeped the young sovereign in Greek, Latin, French, Italian, and Spanish. He mastered arithmetic, cosmography, history, and theology, earning repute as one of the most learned rulers of his day. Such erudition, had it been trumpeted to enslaved Africans across the Atlantic, might have inspired hope and rebellion, better than for colonial powers to erase it. During the same centuries that Africans toiled in bondage, James's example testified that black intellect and rule were once celebrated in Europe. Recognizing this threatens the narrative that subjugation was inevitable or deserved. After 36 years guiding Scotland, James ascended the English throne in 1603, uniting England, Scotland, and Ireland under a single scepter, the first to govern all three.